What's going on, everybody? This is NFO Mugen with a little topic at hand that has been going down since, well, a while ago in the fighting game community, but now is being brought out to a much more bigger issue than what, it was back then. So let's start off by reading a definition here. Collusion. Secret agreement between two or more parties for fraudulent, illegal, or deceitful purpose. This has basically been going around for the past couple of days now, especially as of recently last night, on Team Spooky stream, and apparently there was a little incident that went down. Like I said, this has been going on for some time now, but it's kind of gotten to its boiling point. And basically, more or less, it happened during the AGE Chris G versus Sanford Kelly match on Arcade Edition of Street Fighter. And what has transpired was both of them had made it to like grand finals, and they both did not pick their main characters to actually give a show or put everything on the table and fight it out for the pot prize. Instead, what they do is, as what they say, they was just counterpicking each other and playing it out like that, and they don't see the big deal of doing that. But at the same time, you sit there and you pick, on Chris G's part, he picked Yang, which apparently he says that's his secondary character, which is bull crap because you barely see him ever touch that character. And Sanford said that he wanted to counterpick Yang by picking Balrog. So they was out playing their match and whatever, and then Spooky got fed up. He said, fuck this. He got up, he unplugged the Xbox and cursed both of them out, and he says, this is bullshit. I'm not going to be streaming a match on my stream. I shouldn't be doing this. So, on top of that, if you was really, what was the word I want to use? If he was passionate about the match and whatnot, it cutting off, then why did you both just sit there looking stupid? Why did you sit there like, oh, what's going to happen? Are you serious? So you basically intentionally don't care about your grand finals. You don't care who wins as long as you guys get both of the pot where it's split 50-50. Now, that does not supposed to happen. I'm not sure if any one of you are aware of that, because that gives like false hope to other people who's trying to join the fighting game community. And mind you, we had a handful of pro players that's like, oh, we're trying to get the fighting game community and a lot more better. We're trying to make it more stronger. We're trying to invite new people who's willing to learn on a casual level. And you're basically now twisting your words around and you just saying fuck them because you just want the money. If that's the case, why don't you just get a job? Why are you trying to sit there and, hustle for $100 for grand finals to get 50-50? Literally $50. You really care about $50? Come on, man. So I have a couple of tweets and Facebook messages talking about the incident as of recent, and we have a couple pro players, couple of sponsors, so I'm just gonna start out by talking about Ryan Hart and Mark Julio had a conversation on Twitter, and it was discussing about this. I'm pretty sure you guys can see the conversation, but I'll just read the first few and then we'll go into the next. So Ryan Hart was talking about people can pick who they want when they want. Sorry to break it to you, but the audience isn't the priority for the players. Winning is. Now, the thing is, it goes both ways. Yes, it's priority for the player to win because he's only in it for himself and no one else is helping him to get towards that goal. But at the same time, you're being put on the internet for a vast amount of audience to expect something of you. Now you have Mark Julio, which is the spokesperson for Mad Cats. He replied with, I agree, as long as the player is trying to win. If they clearly are playing a joke match, then I would disagree. So apparently him and Ryan Hart don't have an agreement based on this little, collusion Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but that's how I think you pronounce it. But for that little incident, and then it goes on stating, also, how you exactly know if he is trying, or because you thought you supposed to be thought it was a conclusion that was happening tonight. Reply back with, it's a discreet, this discretion of the tournament organizers and those who help run the events. And then it just goes on and on talking about how, like, how much bullshit it goes down, and people who still wanting to do certain things and whatnot, and they just keep disagreeing, and but it gets really stupid. And I just honestly don't agree with Reinhardt, because you have to understand, like, you're not only getting yourself to the point where you're getting money and you're trying to win, but you have to play at your best. People have high expectations for you, and you're being streamed. If you was playing at your own house or whatever, you do whatever the fuck you want. But you're trying to showcase the best of what you can do, and you're at a tournament setting, or even a bi-weekly tournament, you must show what you got to offer. Now let's go to the next conversation here that we have with Andre James Lambert, which is basically the person who used to be in Finger Cramp. He goes on about this. I don't really want to get into much of what he says, but it's just basically talking about how he was once part of an organization and he was felt like he was being used and being cutthroat, and saying that how he used to do that in the past, how he used to split the pot money and it wasn't really a big issue, but now it is. He doesn't see it to be a problem. That's basically what that's stating. You also have Puerto Rican Balrog, and he states, and this is why I play Street Fighter. In Marvel, there's always problems. Laugh out loud. But yet, which is funny because this incident happened in Street Fighter, not Marvel. The one that happened in Marvel was the one at VXG. But, so he has his own little thing about it. And now, here's the thing that pisses me off the most. Ryan Ramirez, which is basically Filipino champ, has to be by far the dumbest fucking person in the fighting game community. By far. Because how you come around and say, I understand in majors, but weeklies, come on now. First off, dude, it doesn't matter. You're still not given a good name for that weekly tournament that's being run, especially for newcomers and casual people who's trying to better themselves and play at their hardest, and knowing that a certain person could sit there and joke with their talents and skills and just basically play serious all the way up to grand finals, meet up with a buddy of his that normally gets into grand finals and split the pot. Come on, yo, don't be stupid. And then he also says, if players can't pick other characters to weekly locals, then how are we supposed to know if they are major tourney ready? This is a yes or no answer. I'm going to answer that by, let me back it up because this is, the end of that. But I'm going to start by saying that's the whole purpose of training mode. This is the whole purpose of inviting pro players to your house. You guys are like mutual friends. Why don't you just do it offline? Why you got to do it and test it on the stream and further embarrass yourselves and do this, collusion to the point where you're pissing off your potential sponsors that has quoted and stated that if this keeps happening, they're going to pull out and they're not going to be in tournaments. They're not going to be giving you no more money. You won't probably be participating in much tournaments ever. And a lot of people has even backed out. I don't have the exact message that Aquasilk left, but he no longer wants to be a part of Next Level's events. He says that he's sick and tired of it. He just doesn't find it appealing to him anymore, and he's bored. And I don't blame him for the recent actions that has happened, though it might be for a different reason. It's mainly, as of what I can see right now, that's what the main cause of it being. So my question is, how can we prevent this? How can we hit the breaking point of people not bullshitting around? What I think that should happen, you should put character lock on. Just put character lock on, and won't be no more counterpicking, and won't be no more bullshit matches, because then you have to play serious with your character 100%. that just fast forwards everything. And on top of that, why don't you just like, if the people you find to be bullshitting or being a fraudulent with their matches in grand finals, disqualify both of them, don't pay them nothing, and just say fuck it, disregard grand finals. Or you can put the two people that's in third and fourth place and make them play the grand finals. Do something of it, because it's not fair for a worldwide audience to sit there and watch a stream and watch these top players supposedly at their best to go at it, and we're getting bullshit, especially at EVO, especially at VXG, and now our local tournaments such as Next Level. Hopefully it doesn't happen over there by in California with Alex Valle and them like that, when they do their little sessions like Wednesday night fights. I hope it doesn't happen over there, because then it'll cause a big controversy. And he's one to state that if it happens over there, the same exact principle will go down, and he will be upset and mad. I'm pretty sure a lot of people is going to be talking about this on the Fray podcast that's going to be happening, and also on any other streams that be happening in the future. But that's just my little wrap up of everything that's been going on with the fighting game community as of like last 3 days ago, and it's becoming a huge issue. And if this keeps up, in all honest opinion, the fighting game community is gonna die. It's just gonna be a bunch of hood, ghetto ass motherfuckers who is out for a quick ass buck and basically showing a bad influence to people who's trying to actually step up their game and actually level up. Not sit there and bullshit and try to make a quick hustle money. If that's the case, get a job, go to school, do something with your life. Don't sit there and ruin the experience for anyone else that comes on. That's just my opinion. That's why I solely agree with Atoro and Spooky as of yesterday when that shit went down. That shit wasn't cool. It wasn't cool at all, and I feel kind of disrespected now by a lot of these pro players. I think, oh, it's not a big deal, oh, it's whatever, blah, 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 it's just counter-picking methods. No, it doesn't supposed to go down like that. But that's just my feedback on it. For every pro player that endorses, collusion, which is basically bullshit in your matches to get free money, you are a complete disrespect. Like, if I was to see that shit happen to me while I was playing in the tournament, if I ever go back to the scene and I participate in a tournament and I see people doing it, I will literally get up and deck you in the face. That's just straight up truth, because you're just like a pussy. Like, you don't supposed to do that. That boils a lot of people's like oh my god, yo, it's like a burning passion, and you're just ruining it for them. But that's all I got to say about this topic. Hopefully we can further debate on this on the podcast, whether if it happens tonight or any other night. This is one of the topics we will be discussing about the fighting game community. Also, some other things with Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and so on. So this is a new fighting order topic of the day, and it's about the FGC fucking up. So this is NFO Mugen logging off.